Every time it's quiet at night, the woman feels restless and hot. To avoid waking her son, she can only go to the river to release her desires. Thinking about her husband who went abroad to work, she becomes furious and screams desperately. It turns out that the man decided to go abroad to make money, and the woman tied a red ribbon around her waist to reassure him, vowing not to let anyone take it off as a promise of loyalty. Before leaving, the man also specifically told his eldest son to take good care of his mother and younger brother. Since then, the man was gone for 20 years, eventually becoming a billionaire. He sent 300,000 yuan every month for the family's living expenses. However, the eldest son turned out to be ungrateful, hoarding all the money with his wife and lying to his mother and younger brother that their father had died abroad. Moreover, this heartless eldest son refused to pay for his younger brother's university tuition and his mother's medical bills, even kicking them both out of the house to get a more luxurious villa. The eldest son never expected that the same afternoon, their father suddenly returned from abroad. Seeing his father with white hair and in poor clothes, he thought his father had failed abroad and came back. To drain his father's money, the eldest son pretended to welcome him home. But when the father entered the house, he asked where his wife and younger son were. To hide the fact that he had kicked out his mother and younger brother, the eldest son lied that they had died in a car accident. The father was devastated and wanted to visit their graves immediately, but the daughter-in-law stopped him, claiming the cemetery was too far away and that he should rest first. The next day, the father agreed reluctantly. However, as soon as he went to his room, the couple rushed to search his suitcase, but only found a 1 million yuan deposit. They assumed this was his last asset and kicked him out that night, telling him to never come back. The homeless man walked on the street and saw a young man selling fried noodles. He felt a sense of familiarity and ordered some, but after just one bite, he realized the taste was exactly like his wife's. He asked the young man where he learned the recipe, and the boy said his mother taught him. His mother's fried noodles were famous, and his father used to support him in opening the stall. The man became excited and asked the boy if his mother was still alive. When the boy said yes, the man was overjoyed. He asked the boy for his mother's name and whether she had a photo. The man then realized the truth and no longer had any hope. He asked the boy to pay for the noodles and noticed he looked young, so he asked if he had dropped out of school. The boy said he was a college student working part-time to earn 50,000 yuan for his mother's treatment. The man then gave him 50,000 yuan via his phone, surprising the boy. The boy asked if there was a mistake, trying to return the money, but the man said it was fine, just because he was so filial. He added that if the boy was uncomfortable accepting it, he could show him around the city the next day. The next day, the man came back to the villa to ask his eldest son where the graves of his wife and son were, but was harshly thrown out by his in-laws. The man had no choice but to sit outside waiting for his son to return. At that moment, his assistant called, saying an entrepreneur named Zhang wanted to meet him for a business deal, but the man only wanted to visit his wife and son, so he cancelled all his appointments. However, just as he hung up the phone, his eldest son returned in a car. Download the Daily Short app to watch full episodes for free.